Kia ora, tēnā koutou, hello and welcome back to another episode of Thaumcraft 4.2 with Birdtross. We're here by the research area because today is going to be a researching episode, so if the researching episodes aren't something that you're into, this episode is not for you. But for the rest of us, what we're going to be doing is taking a look through some more of the stuff that is here inside of the Eldritch Tab. Now, in the last couple of episodes, we of course discovered the Eldritch Tab, and we also found out that there is a new god tier wand, basically the staff core of the primal, and of course the void metal wand caps, which I've only just noticed. It's actually very hard to tell, but you see there's the warp effects around that. Well, even though it says forbidden knowledge right there. Oh, there's forbidden knowledge right there too, okay. And that's forbidden knowledge. That's not forbidden knowledge. Man, most of these are forbidden knowledge, and I didn't even realize. Yeah, this background is not the greatest for being able to tell stuff like that, because that's normally how I tell anyway, but yeah, I guess I should read. Anyway, we've got ourselves the new parts of the wand. You can't make a wand with void metal wand caps and a staff core, at least not yet, but yeah, there's several other things here inside the Thaumanomicon, there's several other things inside the Eldritch Tab that we should go ahead and get our hands on, and I think what we're going to do is start over here with the Void Thaumaturge robes, otherworldly style, and it looks like all we have to do to get this up and running will be to get ourselves 5 Wakwas, so let's quickly head over to the table and pick some of that stuff up. There we go, 2 more please, and pick it up. So that's Void Thaumaturge robes. What does that have to say about it? Otherworldly style, did I read that? I think I did. Ooh. A truly enlightened Thaumaturge realizes that he need not choose between utility and defense. By augmenting existing void armor with the proper enchantments and combining them with Thaumaturge's robes, he will be able to create a set of armored robes that not only offers physical protection and mental focus, but mystical protection as well. The robes will also retain all the properties of void armor, while the hood will offer all the benefits of the goggles used in its crafting. This armor can be dyed. Wow! This is like the endgame armor by the sound of it. It's like it's the best of all worlds. So this has the goggles of revealing. I'm assuming that it works like the goggles of revealing in that it lets you see aspects and things like that inside jars and alembics and stuff like that. It has warping too. Okay, it's got that V-Stis kind of 5% like these dudes. But man, that is pretty cool. But look at that expensiveness, man. Hey, we actually have most of these aspects on hand. Yeah, we could probably make this right now if we wanted to, but we're just going to go ahead and, as I said, go through the research. Is there any more to say? Okay, it's just showing us the rest of the recipes here. This is the Void Thaumaturge robe, which is these just kind of 5% as well. I think that's actually more than this dude. Yeah, that's 2%. Okay. So this gives even more of a V-S discount. Okay. Yeah, you guys in the comments were saying that maybe this won't be enough to make the super duper mega flooper wand, but yeah, pretty much a similar cost of aspects. It looks like it's all the same aspects, just varying different costs or numberness for each of them. And then this here is 5% as well, and that's normally 2%. So that's an additional 6% V-S discount on these guys alone, although I notice that there isn't actually a boots by the looks of it. If we actually take a look over here on what used to be the crafting area, because the crafting arm is still here, we've got the Thaumaturge boots, which have a further discount of 1%, so you could get up to 16% with that. Although, having said that, I've just realized we've got the thermostatic harness here. Okay, this is just a 2% and then a 5% on top for ire, so if there's anything to do with ire, there would be a total of 7% for this if you're wearing this, so well, that's something to keep in mind if you really want to optimize. But yeah, if we're going for this, it'd be really nice to just have it instead of that. But the problem with the thermostatic harness is that it's really convenient to just have to be able to fly around in your base, so I don't know if I would go ahead and craft up this armor right here for just typical use. I mean, maybe if there was some way to incorporate this and the thermostatic harness, then that would be like the ultimate chest piece. But yeah, that's probably going to be a bit OP. Oh well. That's the Void Thaumaturge robes. Those will have to be made at some point here in the future. But let's see, we've got two other things here to research. We've got this thing here. Haven't even checked this out. Sanity Check. Introspection for the brave. So I'm going to need scribing tools and paper to do this one. That's exactly what we've got. And our chest right here. Let's pick that up. What do you got to say about yourself? You're like just a very, very, very light pink picture right there. That guy's almost out of ink. Okay, looks like this is Sensus, Cognitio, and Alienis. This is a pretty easy one, I think. So Alienis, that's Wakwas, Tenebrae, and Cognitio. Yes, so this is going to be pretty straightforward for us. Still using our one aspect challenge here, so we'll take... Oh, dang it, wrong spot. But we did get the aspect back. Very nice. Luke's right there, and Tenebrae, where are you? There, that was that was easy. I didn't even have to look anything up. Introspection for the brave. What do you got to say about yourself? Very cool. Hello. Sanity check. Things have become busy in your mind lately. It's probably best that you have a look inside there and make sure everything is still alright. This tool will allow you to check the effects of warp on your psyche and how much it's affecting you. Of course, you cannot allow a tool like this to fall into the hands of your enemies, so you've taken great pains to obfuscate the information it provides. You might have gone too far, though. You were having a hard time deciphering it yourself. Okay, so the recipe for that is a thermometer, alright, a diamond, a zombie brain, and a mirrored glass. That gets you the Sanity Checker. So it's some kind of ring thing, I'm guessing. You put it on your... I don't know. Not sure how that works. And then you've got... requires some pretty cheap aspects. I can get all of those relatively easily. Cognito may be slightly the hardest one there. Okay, that's not too bad. The Sanity Checker, I guess we need to get that one pretty soon here as well. That's probably going to be even sooner than the Thaumaturge robes. But there is one final thing sort of here blinking away. Advanced Essentia storage. Don't bump it, otherwise it might bump you. Go ahead and pick this up. Let's see. Back in here, please. Thank you. Don't bump it. Advanced Essentia storage. So that's like a sort of a black sort of color right there. Oh man, that's gonna be a little bit harder. Got some Precontatio, Aqua, Wakwas, and Permutatio in these various corners. Okay, so how on earth are we gonna do this? This is gonna be a pretty hard one. Yeah, so well, that one's gonna have to be Potentia because we're already using Wakwas, so that's a start at least. And then we could use something like Tempestas, perhaps. Without this Perditio, perhaps? It's possible. Maybe, and that's out of ink now, so let's quickly just get some more ink sac. More ink sac, please. Put that in there. Very cool. And that is cool beans. So, how on earth are we going to get that? And we're already using Perditio here. So in order to get out of Permutatio, we'll have to use Ordador. So let's put that right there. Now, that would normally connect right to Potentia if I recall, but it can't here, so we're going to have to use Ignis to get out of the Potentia right there, but I'm going to put it there to see how that goes. Okay, now how am I going to connect these together? Maybe I should do Ire right here? I'm not sure. I'm just trying to think this through. Yeah, I do normally a lot of this thinking sort of on the fly for the most part, but there are parts where I do sometimes need to cut away. Now what about Winculum? Winculum could be an interesting one here. Mortus, and I believe goes to Ordador, doesn't it? Yes, so we could in theory use that. We could go something like Winculum, Ire, and Tempestas. That's a possibility. Let's try that out actually. So we'll put Tempestas right here. We'll get the Ire, and then Winculum, put that right there. Now these two will connect to Luke's. That'll work just fine. Yeah. Is there anything that'll do, yeah, okay, Potentia, I was just saying, Ignis and Ordador, and yes, it's Potentia, but we're already using Potentia. What about Instrumentum? Hold on. Yeah, so this'll work. Okay. I think we've got this in the bag. So let's go Luke's right here. And Telum. We'll go Telum like this. And Instrumentum. There we go. That doesn't solve it. Why not? That's not solved. No. Hello? A wing? Oh, okay. Oh no, Moltuso, sorry. Let's do right there. I was just like, wait, what's not working? Forgot an aspect. That was close. So let's go ahead and get this down and dusted. Kind of a nice cubey shape for the advanced Essentia storage. What on earth has that got to say about itself? Most types of Essentia are fairly volatile, and care must be taken in its storage. That is why most thaumaturges use watered jars. You, however, are not most thaumaturges now, are you? Are you? Using the wonderful new substance called void metal, you have discovered a way to greatly improve the storage of Essentia. Essentia reservoirs are capable of storing up to 256 Essentia in any combination. Potentially disastrous mixing of the different Essentia types is prevented by having dynamically reshaping compartments crafted from the new metal. Wow. So there it is, the Essentia Reservoir. 2 void metal ingots needed to craft it, as well as 4 watered jars. I guess that kind of makes sense, because 64 times 4 is 256. And then you've got the Essentia buffer there, and some relatively straightforward aspects to get as well. Instability high, though. Essentia Reservoir. Right. Like jars, the reservoirs can only be accessed from one side, though you can choose how they are oriented. Unfortunately, they cannot be emptied or filled by hand, so you need to rely on tubes or golems for that. Picking up a reservoir while filled is inadvisable, to say the least. You were so pleased with this discovery that you showed it off to some of your fellow thaumaturges. Hi guys! Strangely, most of them dived for cover, even after you assured them that the constant sound of metal under incredible stress is perfectly normal. Okay, there's these things now. Okay, I guess we might as well go ahead and try crafting some of these items, actually. You know, we've got a bit of time here, and it doesn't look like we found out how to get those. There's something missing here that we haven't quite got access to yet. Perhaps we have to go a little bit more insane than than what this thing is. Perhaps not. We have the that's what I'm saving up these knowledge fragments for. I did burn one on the research notes here for Golem iron plating. You know what, let's just go ahead and burn this up as well. See, here's the funny thing. We've got a research note here for Golem iron plating. I'll go ahead and pop this in the table so that you can see it. It's called Golem iron plating. There it is, the research note. But if you go here into the Golemancy tab, where it's down here, is where it's supposed to be, Golem iron plating, you can see it's just a purchasable, right, for Totamen, Metallum, and Lucrum, right? So that's a purchasable there, but you get a research note here, which I thought was kind of interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and do this research note just to get rid of it, basically. I mean, the aspects, we're doing pretty good in aspects. When I first started the series, I was a bit concerned that we wouldn't have enough aspects to finish all of the research. But as I understand, when the aspects in here have this little glowy bit from what I've seen on other people's videos, I think this pretty much means that slowly over time, this aspect, like auto in this example, just sort of slowly regenerates, goes up and up and up. And I guess that gets slower and slower as you generate more and more aspects. And we've got a Hepatera here as well. And I guess we have Witreus doing that at some point. Tons of Contati. Or it could just be that we're researching a ridiculous amount of that. And I think what Serious Creeper was doing in his Let's Play is having a bunch of bookcases around. So I'm tempted to try that out. And you know what? Now that I'd say that, I think I just want to go ahead and try that right now. Do I have any enchantments on this? No. Because I was just thinking, here, I've got some bookcases over here on this old vanilla guy here, but instead of just breaking them with an axe and getting all that back, getting back the books, let's just go ahead and pick up the tables, the bookcases. Okay, welcome back. Let's go ahead and pop some of these down and see if they actually work or not. So if I put these here, is that gonna help the table at all? Do I need to put more down? I think Serious Creeper had them under the ground, so let's break out the ground a little bit here as well and see if we can pop a couple under here. Perhaps just having them in close proximity is enough, I don't know. I have never done this before, so let's put them right here and see what happens. Okay, that's all of my bookcases. Has that actually done anything in here? Because when I saw his table, I mean, it had tons of these little glowy bits. Yeah, maybe you need to have like tons and tons of these bookcases. Well, anyway, let's see. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this done and dusted. So, Lucrum is made of Fames and Humanus, and what is Tutamen? I believe that's okay, that's Instrumentum. Okay. Well, there we go. Peripheral deals got Humanus, doesn't it? And that's definitely no, never mind. What about Fabrico? Yeah, there we go. So that's got Humanus too. So perhaps we could do something like Humanus Fabrico Instrumentum. Now that connects together just fine. What about Metallum? That one's kind of a nice versatile aspect. It's got Vitreus right there, so probably the quickest thing for us to do would just be to go Vitreus Auto, I guess. There we go. So that's pretty straightforward as well. Righto, so what the heck is this one right here? Just clearing this out, not covering any more of this Golem stuff. So what do you say? The armored plating grants the Golem wearing it increased resistance to physical harm. Unfortunately, the additional protection comes at a cost, as all the heavy ironmongery will slow it down. I've not seen that word before. Right, so it takes an iron chestplate of any durability by the looks, which is kind of cool. As well as 4 iron ingots and just a hint of terror. We'll get yourself the iron plating accessory. Kind of cool. So if you're getting golems to go into battle, I guess we haven't really sort of covered the combat golems yet, have we? That's what all this stuff is for, I think. The mace, the visor, and the dart launch. We'll go ahead and sort that out at some point when we're doing a bit more golemic research, I guess you could say. Yeah, there's a couple of things here left to do. And it could almost just clear up the research, to be honest, but no, we'll kind of pace ourselves. We'll kind of take it slow, kind of pace ourselves. Anyway, yeah, so that is pretty much, as far as I can tell, the Eldritch Tab. That's really the main thing that I wanted to do today. Let's see if we can see anything hiding off in the corners. No. Yeah, it's pretty much just these two that are down the bottom here that are left, and it looks like we just don't know the thing for them yet. So what I'd like to do to unlock those would be to use my knowledge fragments, but I don't want to use them yet because it's pretty much, as I showed you just before there, it's pretty much a waste, right? If because we already knew Golem iron plating, that we had the research note for it, so it's not really worth using your knowledge fragments until you've run out of things to research, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm saving up my knowledge fragments, so that will make 3 research notes potentially right there. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say in that department. And I think we'll go ahead and finish off the episode by seeing if we can craft ourselves one of these items. That would probably be the best idea. I think we'll start off here with the Sanity Checker. I should have all of these aspects. We'll go ahead and check, of course. And the mirrored glass, just a glass pane of quicksilver, cheapest chips. And the thermometer, let's just recap. It's been a while since I've had to make one. Just 2 shards of any type, 2 gold, and a hint of glass. Let's just go ahead and assemble these materials here on camera. That should be pretty quick to do. I've got 2 gold right there, but if I take that out, that would be the end of my stack in there, so out you guys come. If there's 10 or more, I make a block. That's generally my rule. And what are the gems, the shards that I have the most of? Looks like it's fire, so we'll go ahead and use those guys up. We'll go ahead and grab a piece of glass and a pane. Very cool. And I forgot to get some quicksilver, so back in here for that really quick. And I think that's pretty much everything. No, we need a diamond and a zombie brain, was it? Let's just check again. Yeah, it is a zombie brain. Okay. And the zombie brains are over here. I've redesigned this thing a little bit. I cleaned it out. Now it looks all nice and organized. Slowly getting that organization, but there's still these arcane ball stuff that I need to literally just need to sort out at some point. Okay, so what's going on here? You're full. I'd just like to check that every time I'm here. You guys, and put that there. That's a new thermometer. Scan that, of course. Get ourselves a thing. I don't think you can scan those for some reason. And that should be all of our ingredients, yeah, so that's good to go. So we needed a bit of cognitio, sensus, and something else. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, we've got 3 jars of cognitio, we've got 3 jars of sensus, and the third one was alienis. Only a hint of alienis. We've got plenty of alienis stored up, good to go. What was the shape of that? I think it was just a triangle, wasn't it? Yes, so mirror glass, zombie brain, diamond. Let's get those sorted out. Zombie brain, diamond, right there. Cool. Everything is good to go. So let's put these down. You right there, and diamond right here. Thermometer in the middle. And that should be good to go. Oh, don't I have... No, okay, I need this on to actually see stuff. I took it off just because I didn't want to have the armor on for the intro. But yeah, looks like we need that on to actually see stuff. So let's keep it on. It looks like the infusion sounds aren't getting interrupted. Perhaps it was just something that was going on. I did update Minecraft Forge. Been using the same version of Minecraft Forge. It was like 13.2, I believe is what it was, and they've updated to like 13.4, and there's like a huge update with the actual launching of Minecraft. It kind of got a new UI thing. It looks really cool. Anyway, for those of you who do a lot of modding, you guys will know what I'm talking about. That is the Sanity Checker. It's kind of got a nice golden text right there. But we're breaking rule number 1 of Thaumcraft, aren't we? Let's go ahead and scan it and see what it's got. Pretty much what you'd expect. Wheat use. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess it does have a hint of glass in there, so that makes sense. So, how does this thing work? Hello! Up the top left there, we can see a picture of it's some kind of bar thing like the thermostatic harness there. Okay, and that's only visible while you've got it equipped on your hotbar. Can you like put it on as like a ring? That'd be kind of cool if you could have it on as a ring. No, that doesn't seem to be the case. You can't do it as a belt or an amulet. Okay. So what am I looking at? Like, let's see. Well, we've got 2 sort of shades of purple there. We've got a darker shade on the bottom and a lighter shade above. I think those are the different types of warp. If you recall, there are 3 different types. We've got the temporary, permanent, and then regular. So I'm guessing that is the regular and permanent. Okay. And then the temporary stuff obviously just fades away over time or something like that. I see. Perhaps we need to make a couple of flesh golems just to see if we can notice any sort of difference here in the Sanity Checker. Speed! I put a little flesh golem out here, by the way. It doesn't look like I have the materials handy to do that. Gather core, no. So perhaps we will leave that for another day. That is the Sanity Checker. Didn't really explain too much in the Thermonomicon exactly what the UI means, did it? No. To check the effects of warp on your psyche and how much it is affecting you. Yeah, okay. Perhaps I'll have to take a look at a bit of a sort of a more comprehensive guide on the web written by the Thaumcraft fans on exactly what I'm looking at there, because I'm not too sure what I'm seeing there, guys. I'm guessing it's kind of like what I said, the permanent and the regular warp, but the bar it's only about half full, isn't it? So we're only halfway to insanity. Yes! Kind of looking at the glass sort of half full, half empty. I guess you could say it's half full. Yeah, see what I did there. Anyway, guys. Oh man. Oh, don't broadcast to Twitch, thank you very much. That is the end of this episode of Thaumcraft with Birdtross. It was a little bit lackluster, like the last episode, but I have been working sort of quite a lot. Yeah, sort of, as I've already said, guys, the new job, you guys know how it is for those of you who are working. Breaking into a new job can be a bit stressful and time-consuming and whatnot. I'm hoping to get those videos pumped out on a more regular basis, coming soon here. But yeah, that is it for this episode, though, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Kia kaha, and I'll see you in the next video.